sat here on big haze today, and following on the fact that nobody tore me to pieces for putting up a tube blowback rig, I have actually had somebody ask me to just do a simple knotless knot rig, so I'll show you how to do that. You can do a knotless knot rig with pretty much any material, anybody's braid. Fluorocarbon's quite good when the water's clear. But most of the time I would just use standard braid, a nice soft supple hook length, and I favour a shortish hook length. So much the same as before, start off with somewhere around the 10-inch mark off the spool. For a standard knotless knot rig, I like to use a curved shank hook, my favourite in the Nash Fang X, and I tend to use fairly small hooks most of the time, so this is a size 10. Barbless because it's a barb. All you do is tie a simple overhand loop, as always, in the end of the braid, and that's for your hair stop. Now I do alter the length of that loop depending on the bait. If it's a single bait, I keep it small. If it's going to be a double bait, then I'll move the knot further down, make the loop bigger, so that the bottom bait is held in place by the knot. This one's just going to be for like a standard 16mm bait. So tie the loop and trim off the tag end. Take your hook, as I said, my preference is a curved Fang X, and take the hook length. Always through the back of the eye. It does pay to moisten the braid, it goes through so much easier. And come, hold the hair along the shank to set the hook, the hair length. It's going to be a 16mm bait. I like a little bit of separation between the bend and the bait, so around about the inch, 1.25 inches is right. And then simply pinch that onto the shank of the hook and go around the hook and the braid. I use 5 turns, some people use a lot more. Then back through the eye of the hook to form a standard knotless knot. The other end I tie a figure of 8 or perfection loop to allow the rig to be attached to the quick release swivel that I use, so I can quickly change rigs. A little bit trickier than the standard overhand. Sometimes it pays just to catch the end with a baiting needle and pull it through. Snug everything down tight, trim the tag, and there is my standard 5-turn knotless knot braid rig. About as simple as it gets. Okay, well, the simplest variation to the standard knotless knot is to tie it KD style, and I'll show you that now. Start off with the same sort of length braid, same loop in the end, same hook, and even go back through the back of the eye. You always go through the back of the eye, to be fair, like so, and set your hair length exactly as before, varied to whatever bait you're going to use. Trap the hair on the shank with your thumb and finger and put 3 turns down the shank, and lift the hair back, pinch the hair back with the eye of the hook and do a further 3 turns. Some people do a lot more than 6 turns in total, but I find it's absolutely fine for what I do. And then come back around to the eye of the hook and put the braid back down through. Go on, back down through. Oh dear. Back down through the eye of the hook. Pull everything up tight. And the difference with the KD is when the bait's on there, when that line's tight, you can see how aggressive the angle of that hook is. It hooks, or I find it hooks fish an awful lot better than your standard knotless knot. And that's my preference. I prefer to tie my rigs KD style instead of standard knotless knot. Finish off the top exactly the same to attach to the quick release swivel. That's the KD.